Well, hello, everyone. I'm Jonathan Elias from ABC 7 News. I am really glad to be here, although I wish we were doing this in person. I wish we were in some big ballroom with a lovely dinner, getting to know each other face to face. But given the pandemic and where we are right now, it's just not going to happen. But you know what? This is the second best thing. We're going to do this virtually. Ladies and gentlemen, I want to welcome you to the first ever Newman's Own Awards virtual ceremony. It's hosted by the Military Times. And today, we're going to honor 2019 and 2020 grant recipients of the Newman's Own Awards. It's an annual competition that's sponsored by Fisher House Foundation, Military Times, and Newman's Own. Again, my name is Jonathan Elias, and again, I work at Channel 7 News. I hope that's the only one you watch. And a part of what I do is the 7 Salutes. That put me in touch with the Fisher House. They do such a wonderful job helping veterans. It's a home away from home, right next to the hospital. It gets them out of the hospital setting for a little time with their family to be at a place where they're treated like they're living at home. They don't have to listen to the bells and whistles going on off on all the machines and all the lights on 24/7. It gives them a little comfort, a little peace of mind. It is my privilege to serve as the Master of Ceremonies for such a distinguished gathering of honorees and visitors. And during this ceremony, we're going to award $400,000 in grants to 11 exceptional nonprofit programs designed to meet the needs of our military community and enhance the quality of life for our soldiers, sailors, airmen, Marines, and Coast Guardsmen. We're going to recognize the 5 2019 grant winners as well. As announced, we're going to do the 6 2020 grant winners as well. So there's a lot of money to be given away, a lot of organizations to get to know. The Newman's Own Award was developed to broaden awareness of the military, the many military and veteran-focused organizations, and their volunteers who distinguished themselves through service in their local communities. They've done such a great job. Now, for 21 years, this competition has issued a challenge to all organizations supporting military and veteran families. Propose an innovative plan to improve the quality of life for our community. And boy, did they do that. I'd like to thank our judges for the 2019 competition, Ms. Ellen Dunford, Mr. Jeff Smith, Mrs. Lynn Pace, and Mrs. Susie Schwartz, and Mrs. Tammy Fisher. Thank you. Great job. Now, for the 2020 competition, our 3 returning judges, Mrs. Pace, Mrs. Schwartz, and Mrs. Fisher. They were joined by 3 new judges, Mrs. Lauren Heighton, Mrs. Maria McConneville, and Mrs. Kelly Giordano. Thank you very much for all the time it took for you to do this. Now, later in the program, we're going to hear from Susie Schwartz, who will provide insight on the judging process and announce the 2020 grant recipients. It was such a wonderful thing to be a part of this, to hear of these wonderful organizations that are doing so much to help these veterans. You can imagine their surprise when they hear that they have been announced and they have been chosen out of a huge select group of wonderful people doing wonderful things. So again, to all those who were considered, thank you for all that you do. And for those who won, we're going to hear about them. Our first speaker, though, is Andrew Tillman, Executive Editor of Military Times. I give you Andrew Tillman. Andrew?
Good afternoon, General Milley, honorees, guests, and those of you joining us from home. I'm Andrew Tillman, the Executive Editor for Military Times, and I'd like to thank you all for joining us for this year's Newman's Own Awards. Once again, it's a pleasure to be here because of what these awards represent, and more importantly, because of who is receiving them. Today, we're honoring 11 extraordinary organizations that are making a difference in the lives of service members and veterans and their families. Newman's Own and Fisher House Foundation have been presenting these awards and working with groups like this for a long time. Over the past 20 years, they've given more than $2 million to more than 200 programs that specifically help the military and veterans communities. As journalists at Military Times, we know what's behind those numbers, the individual stories of service members and veterans and their families who have faced extraordinary challenges and were able to overcome those challenges with the help they received at a time of need. Fortunately, there's a large and effective support network for troops and their families. That support system stretches from the military's lower ranks at the unit level up to the Pentagon and across the nation with the Department of Veterans Affairs. But there's something special about the people we're honoring here today. For the most part, they're not part of massive institutions with big budgets and sweeping missions to help every veteran in need. Instead, these are small organizations run by core groups of people, of dedicated individuals. They're highly focused on specific problems, operating at the local level, and serving targeted subgroups of the military community. In some ways, they make it look easy. To look at these groups and their missions might make us think that supporting veterans in the military is not so complicated. Helping a veteran find a car so he or she can get to work, helping a military spouse find a small loan to start a business, or making sure that a wounded warrior can get access to the best healthcare, support, and new technology available. But what they do is not easy at all. Forging these kinds of ground-level solutions to real-world problems is only possible because of the hard work and deep knowledge and personal insights of the individuals who run these organizations. For them, it's not about policies and slogans and drawing up PowerPoint slides. Instead, it's about listening to veterans and finding practical ways to help them, often one at a time. I'm looking forward to hearing about some of the amazing success stories that they have to share with us here today. But I also want to keep in mind that those stories about individual families are very much a part of the larger mission of the U.S. military. Each year, the all-volunteer force brings in about 200,000 new recruits, and each year the Defense Department issues nearly 200,000 DD-214s to send veterans back out into the civilian world. Those new recruits, the 1% who choose to serve, come in each year with promises that are both explicit and implicit. The explicit promise is that they will be assigned a job, they'll get paid, and they'll be treated fairly. They'll have an opportunity to grow and learn and mature. The implicit promise is that they will be supported and appreciated by the 99% of Americans who do not volunteer for military service. And that is a mission that is most effectively carried out by the people and organizations we honor here today. They're fulfilling the promise that military families will get help when they need it most. We're honored to have a role in this partnership with Newman's Own Foundation and Fisher House, and we are committed to keeping a spotlight on the changing needs of service members and veterans and their dependents, and helping all of you build support for the kind of volunteerism and awareness and philanthropy that are so essential to the groups like those honored here today. On a daily basis, Military Times reporters and editors see the sacrifices troops and their families make, and we know that you make a difference. You may be small, but you have a big impact on the lives of those in the military and veterans communities. I hope you all will accept a humble and heartfelt thank you on behalf of Military Times.
Andrew, thank you for that. Our next speaker is Kelly Giordano, Managing Director of Newman's Own Foundation.
Thank you, everyone, for joining today. I certainly wish I was joining all of you at the Pentagon to celebrate, but I'm so grateful to Fisher House and Military Times for making this virtual event possible. We are so pleased to partner once again with Fisher House in recognizing exceptional work being done by all of those on the call who support our veteran community. I am very proud to have participated as a judge this year, representing Newman's Own. It was certainly a difficult process as there is so much good work being done. As many of you know, Paul Newman was a World War II Navy veteran, and he personally founded these awards in partnership with Fisher House now 21 years ago, as a way to acknowledge the invaluable work of the veteran supporting nonprofit community. Newman's Own has been helping to advance veteran serving organizations for over 20 years, providing more than $20 million in funding since 2010 alone. I've had the great privilege to drive much of that work these past 10 years, and I've learned so much from organizations like yours, ones that are developing and implementing life-changing and life-saving programming for millions across the country. My grandfather was a World War II veteran who passed away when I was 5. I was never able to talk to him about his experience stationed in France. I only know that he left soon after my aunt was born and my grandmother was alone with a newborn, a very common story. I wish I could have talked with both of them more about their experience and their sacrifice, the sacrifices of so many. Representing everyone at Newman's Own, I can tell you we applaud your important and impactful work. We applaud your passion and commitment, and we thank you. Congratulations on these Newman's Own Awards.
Thank you for that. And our next speaker now is Ken Fisher, Chairman and CEO of Fisher House Foundation. Ken?
Thank you, Jonathan. Over 30 years ago, my Uncle Zach was made aware of an unmet need and set about filling that gap. He began building homes near military and VA medical centers so that families of our servicemen and women and veterans could be at the bedside of their loved one as they received critical medical treatment. I'm proud to carry on that family legacy, meeting the needs of not only those who have served, but their loved ones who have allowed them to serve. From the time we first broke ground in 1990 to the completion of our 90th Fisher House just weeks ago, we have served more than 400,000 families. These Fisher Houses, along with Hero Miles program, our Hotels for Heroes program, and our scholarship programs for military families, show our tangible appreciation to those who have sacrificed so much on our behalf. That said, there's still so much work to be done. The wonderful thing about a ceremony like this is that we are reminded that we're not doing it alone. It's a privilege for me today to honor these remarkable organizations selected by an astute cadre of judges, including my lovely wife Tammy, for their creative efforts to improve the quality of life for military families. For the last several years, Fisher House Foundation, Military Times, and Newman's Own have been afforded the opportunity to host this ceremony in the Pentagon's Hall of Heroes. It's an intimate venue, but also humbling. The stage is adorned with wall-sized replicas of 3 versions of the Medal of Honor, one for each of the departments of the Army, Navy, and Air Force. The walls herald the names of every Medal of Honor recipient from the Civil War to the current operations in Southwest Asia. To our 2019 and 2020 Newman's Own Award recipients, I'm sorry that this pandemic has denied us the chance to celebrate your achievements in that moving place of honor. However, I'm elated that this shift to a virtual ceremony allows us to share this celebration with our friends, our families, and supporters, not just across the country, but all across the world. The namesakes of this award, Paul Newman, once said, "I don't think there's anything exceptional or noble in being philanthropic. It's the other attitude that confuses me." Well, Paul, there's no confusion that each of our awardees today is exceptional, and you'd be proud of their attitude. Recipients, I hope that the viewers watching today will not just be impressed by the work that you've done. I'm hoping they'll be inspired by you to use their own time, their own resources, and their own talents to find their own unique and innovative way to improve the quality of life for military families. Thank you. Jonathan, back to you in the studio.
Ken, thank you for that. We're extremely privileged to have our next speaker joining us. He is the 20th chairman of the Joint Chiefs of Staff. He serves as the principal military advisor to the President and the Secretary of Defense and the National Security Council. His constant support for the men and women who volunteer to wear this nation's uniform is demonstrated by his participation here today. And we both have something in common. We've met a couple of times. I'm a big fan of General Milley's. We both are married to women named Holly. So that obviously he's got that going for him. Ladies and gentlemen, General Mark Milley.
Today we are privileged to honor and celebrate the public and private partnership that is essential to help us take care of the men and women who have served or continue to serve our nation as members of the American Armed Forces. In particular, I want to thank the leaders and employees of the Fisher House Foundation, Newman's Own, and Military Times for the many programs they sponsor to support our military personnel, veterans, and their families. As you tune in from across America, right now more than 300,000 soldiers, sailors, airmen, Marines, and Coast Guardsmen are forward deployed to 177 nations around the world, many of them in harm's way. They're operating with our allies and partners in the mountains and deserts of the Middle East, battling terrorists and protecting American interests. They're stopping drug runners and protecting shipping lanes across the oceans. They're standing watch to defend the homeland against cyber and missile threats, and flying missions to defeat those who would do us harm. But their ability to serve and to deploy time and again does not come by accident. Those in uniform are able to do what must be done, in part because of organizations like yours and today's award recipients. Because of your dedication and selflessness, America's military members know they are supported back home, allowing us to focus on our task at hand. They know that when it comes time to transition to civilian life, there will be someone there to help them through that process. They know their service is recognized and appreciated, and they have confidence that if something happens to them while on duty, someone will be there to take care of their families. And while we can always do better, no generation of Americans has ever deployed to war and returned home with greater support than those in uniform today. To the awardees, we in uniform are all thankful for your vision, commitment, and innovation. You provided tremendous support to our service members, veterans, and to our families. And I would like to personally highlight some of your work that so powerfully impacts our lives. Hope for the Warriors provides comprehensive driving rehabilitative services to wounded service members, from training to vehicle modifications. The StackUp Overwatch program is a suicide prevention initiative that connects veterans to trained mental health professionals via online gaming portals. The Rosie Network provides veterans transitioning service and military spouses with entrepreneurial skills to launch new businesses or grow existing ones. Columbia University Irving Medical Center treats veterans who are unable to use traditional providers, and in the past year, their Military Family Wellness Center enrolled 25 veterans and military family members into free mental health treatment. And finally, teaming up with engineering students across 18 universities, the Quality of Life Plus program develops innovative solutions to provide injured patriots greater mobility and independence. Quality of Life Plus is scheduled this year to complete 87 projects for wounded veterans by 2021. Since 2001, over 2.7 million service members have served in Iraq and Afghanistan. Many of them, including their families, have borne the costs of war and faced the scars of battle, both seen and unseen. As I look at this year's awardees, I am moved by your commitment to improve the mental, emotional, physical, and financial health of our veterans in need. And on behalf of the 2.3 million men and women who wear the cloth of our nation today, we all simply say thank you for your incredible and inspiring support. It is deeply appreciated in ways that mere words can never adequately express. Thank you, and God bless America. Now let's meet our 2019 Newman's Own Awards winners.
General Milley, thank you very much for that. All right, now we're going to start our 2019 grant recipients in the amount of $37,500. And the first award goes to Hope for the Warriors Drive for Hope program. It's based in Springfield, Virginia.
Hi, this is Robin Kelleher. I am the co-founder and president of Hope for the Warriors. Hope for the Warriors believes that those touched by military service can succeed at home by restoring their sense of self, family, and hope. Today, Newman's Own is recognizing the importance of our Drive for Hope program. This program allows service members who have been severely injured to regain a sense of independence and autonomy by teaching them to drive and providing the necessary equipment. We have a really great story about an Army veteran who was unable to drive himself to his medical appointments. And because his wife had to drive, their young child took her naps in the back seat of their car. And now that he has the ability to drive again, their child is sleeping in her bed, and he is able to take himself to and from his appointments. In the words of Colonel Greg Gadsden, Army veteran and double amputee, the Drive for Hope program was the most pivotal moment in his recovery. We want to say thank you. We appreciate your recognition.
The next 2019 grant recipient is the StackUp Overwatch program. It's a program of StackUp. It's based in Sylmar, California.
Hey everyone, my name is Steve Machugan. I'm the founder and CEO of StackUp.org. StackUp is a military charity supporting U.S. and allied veteran mental health through the power of gaming and geek culture. And today I'm going to talk to you a little bit about StackUp's Overwatch program, or STOP. StackUp's Overwatch program provides 24/7 peer-to-peer crisis intervention, suicide prevention, and resources for veterans, all run by trained military and civilian volunteers. We found that over the years of gaming online together, that veterans generally didn't like leaving their houses to attend therapy sessions over at the VA. So with our partners over at the Center for Disease Control, we built out the Overwatch programs designed specifically to help veterans cope with their problems in a place where they feel most comfortable, at home, with other individuals who speak their shared language of gaming. To find out more, head over to StackUp.org for more information about how you can help the Overwatch program here at StackUp. This veteran suicide epidemic isn't going away, and we need all the help we can get.
The next 2019 grant recipient is the Rosie Network's Service to CEO initiative of Ramona, California.
Service to CEO is a national entrepreneur training program with proven results serving our active duty veteran and military spouse community around the country. Despite COVID, we graduated 12 cohorts, launched 4 new chapters, and a national alumni program. Here's what a few of our graduates have to say.
The Rosie chapter has given me the business fundamentals that I needed to take my business to the next level.
There was a ton of information that was provided for us, but most of all, what I really enjoyed was working towards a product at the end.
Through the Service to CEO program, my company was awarded a branding project that has catapulted my product to the next level.
Our nation's small business owners need our support now more than ever, and we need yours. Thank you.
The next 2019 grant recipient is the Military Family Wellness Center, MFWC. It's a program of Columbia University Irving Medical Center, which is based in New York.
Hello, I'm Dr. Yuval Neria, Director of the PTSD program and the Military Family Wellness Center at Columbia University. I want to thank Newman's Own and the Fisher Foundation for their generosity in helping fund our program in 2019. Our clinic provides the highest standard of evidence-based treatments for PTSD, depression, anxiety, and other service-related mental health problems for veterans, for active duty service members, and for family members in the New York area. Thanks to the generosity of community partners like Newman's Own, we are able to offer these life-changing therapies to our veteran community free of charge. Working together, we can help heal the mental wounds of war. Thank you for your support, and we look forward to working with you in the future.
Now for our top 2019 winner. Receiving an award of $50,000 is the program at Quality of Life Plus. Live from McLean, Virginia, we welcome Barb Springer, the Chief Operating Officer of QL Plus.
On behalf of all the 2019 winners, I want to thank our generous sponsors, Fisher House Foundation, Newman's Own, and Military Times. We also want to thank the judges for their time. The QL Plus program provides innovative solutions to veterans, first responders, and their families who live with disabilities. We connect America's brightest students at 19 universities with these patriots to create novel, life-transforming technology to improve their quality of life. Check us out at qlplus.org and enjoy the video. Thank you.
In some of America's greatest universities, a new generation of engineers is doing some of the most important work in the world. These students share a love of learning, a talent for innovation, the gift of creativity, and a powerful sense of mission. They're the force behind QL Plus. Together with their professors, these dedicated students are hard at work developing unique solutions to benefit our injured veterans, first responders, and public servants. Innovations designed to restore independence and mobility for our nation's heroes. As word spread, other top-ranked universities joined the QL Plus program. The letters stand for quality of life. Today, in engineering schools across the United States, students are doing the kind of work that matters most, combining theory and practice using technology to transform the lives of others. In an engineering and education initiative like no other, this nation's best and brightest are creating real solutions, solutions that enrich and enhance the lives of those who served. This is QL Plus.
Fisher houses are comfort homes near military and VA hospitals where families stay free of charge while their loved one receives medical care.
Staying at a hotel is not the same thing as staying at the Fisher House.
Just having that assurance that no matter what, as long as we were there for Anson, that someone would be there to take care of us. It took so much weight off our shoulders.
Military and veteran families need Fisher houses now more than ever. Give today at fisherhouse.org.
What an inspiring group of winning programs. Congratulations to one and all. And now it's my pleasure to introduce our next speaker, Mrs. Susie Schwartz. Mrs. Schwartz has served on the Newman's Own Awards judging panel for the past 7 years, is a member of Fisher House's Foundation's Board of Trustees. A military family advocate, Susie served our country as an Air Force spouse, including when her spouse, General Norton Schwartz, was the 19th Air Force Chief of Staff. And she currently serves as the Armed Forces Insurance Military Spouse of the Year Program consultant. She supports the Military Spouse of the Year program and the Military Spouse Town Hall.
Hi. Congratulations once again to the 2019 award winners. I look forward to following you as you do great things. It has been my privilege to take part in a program that recognizes these great organizations that are breaking the mold and finding new and creative ways to improve the quality of life for service members, veterans, and their families. With the 5 2019 winners just introduced and the 6 2020 winners we are about to announce, the Newman's Own Awards have provided 185 programs with more than $2.1 million since 1999. Fisher House and Newman's Own are making a difference. I know my fellow judges will agree when I say to today's recipients, you are among the best of the best. Your efforts to improve this military community that we all love are what we celebrate today. Wonderful work, and we thank you all. 2020 marks the 21st year of the Newman's Own Awards, and we received more entries than ever before. This was my 7th year of judging, and I never ceased to be amazed at the quality of the submissions and the creativeness of so many organizations as they strive to make life better for so many deserving people. I was joined on the judging panel by 5 others who gave so generously of their time. Believe me, when that big binder arrives in the mail, it can be intimidating. But the time spent reading and evaluating each entry is worth it. And now we get to celebrate those that rose to the top. As Jonathan mentioned, we had 3 returning judges and 3 new judges this year. We had Laura Hyten, spouse of General John Hyten, the Vice Chairman of the Joint Chiefs of Staff. We had Maria McConville, spouse of General James McConville, Chief of Staff of the United States Army. Mrs. Tammy Fisher, trustee, Fisher House Foundation. Mrs. Lynn Pace, trustee, Fisher House Foundation. Myself, also a trustee of the Fisher House Foundation. And we had Kelly Giordano, managing director, Newman's Own Foundation. After receiving more than 330 entries for the 2020 program, our 6 judges evaluated each entry based on the organization's creativity, innovation, and impact to their respective community. It is now my honor to announce the 2020 Newman's Own Awards grant recipients. First, Warrior Wellness Solutions. They deliver sustainable wellness and lifestyle solutions to wounded, ill, and injured warriors, their families, and caregivers. Their services include nutrition help, stress management, and adaptive exercise programs. We truly appreciated the idea of that whole person approach. Next, Veterans Community Project's National Expansion Program. They serve at-risk and homeless veterans by providing critical support services paired with an innovative transitional housing model, tiny houses. We love the tiny house idea, but the extra services provided are also exceptional. Second Chance Cars, Inc. They provide refurbished, affordable, and reliable cars to low-income veterans, and what we found exceptional was the use of vocational school labor to do so. Connecting the veteran and local community is always great. The Military Spouse Advocacy Network's new Military Spouse Support Program. This provides new military spouses the opportunity to receive peer-to-peer mentorship from the time they become new military spouses through their first PCS. Also, this program was created by a military spouse. Invictus Game Foundation's We Are Invictus Ambassador Program. This gives wounded warriors an opportunity to inspire, motivate, and support their fellow injured servicemen and women through a customized social network. So important this year, since we had to postpone the 2020 Invictus Games, and keeping the connections alive is essential. And finally, GIGO Fund's Veterans Center for Job Training and Entrepreneurship. They offer training in person and online in several major business skills, ranging from business writing to cloud computing. The center also offers a veteran incubator where veterans can run their businesses and receive services such as legal aid, website development, marketing materials, conference room space, and even business card. We love the incubator idea. Follow-on services we know are extremely helpful. So, there you have the 6 Newman's Own Award winners for 2020. We thank you all in advance for the differences you will make in the lives of so many in our military community. So now, let's meet our 2020 Newman's Own Award winners.
Susie, thank you very much. All right, we're going to start now with our 2020 grant recipients in the amount of $30,000. And the first award is now going out to the program at Warrior Wellness Solutions, based in Durham, North Carolina.
Warrior Wellness Solutions is a 501c3 nonprofit organization empowering the mental, physical, and spiritual health of our nation's wounded, ill, and injured warriors and their families. We are a team of experienced and credentialed health and wellness practitioners dedicated to helping those who risk their lives and sacrifice their health and well-being for our country. Our results show that the power of functional medicine health coaching, nutrition education, rehabilitative exercise, mindfulness, and post-traumatic growth training facilitate the process of physical and emotional healing. With your support, Warrior Wellness Solutions can continue to create a sustainable transformation of the mind, body, and spirit in the lives of those we serve.
The next 2020 grant recipient is the VCP National Expansion. It is a program of Veterans Community Project of Kansas City, Missouri.
A substantial portion of America's homeless are veterans. Often traditional approaches just don't work when it comes to veterans homelessness. But in Kansas City, we are proving that we can solve this problem. After I came home from Afghanistan, I spent 12 years running from the reality of untreated post-traumatic stress. And even though VCP is known for tiny houses, they also offer wraparound services to all veterans. Veterans Community Project made sure that I got the help that I needed. Today, I'm the president of Veterans Community Project, focused on our national expansion. And now that we've shown the path, hundreds of cities are reaching out and inviting VCP into their communities to help their own veterans. Our mission by the end of 2021, 8 new communities across the country. In 2020, we already broke ground in Longmont, Colorado, and in October we head to St. Louis, Missouri. The next step is to announce 5 new cities within the next year.
The only question is, which community is ready to step up and be our next partner? This is your opportunity to be more than thankful to veterans. This is your chance to be involved.
The next 2020 grant recipient is the program at Second Chance Cars, Inc. of Concord, Massachusetts.
Second Chance Cars is a very unique organization. It not only provides a tool for a veteran to better their life. The recipients are provided through a veterans group. The cars are refurbished by the local high schools here. The recipient has to take out a loan. So not only are they being provided a tool to better their life, they have to go to a bank and establish credit.
I was very surprised at the feeling I got when I realized it was going to a veteran. It didn't really hit me till I saw the young man.
This was a young man who was walking 10 miles a day. Somebody who was motivated clearly. He took this tool and he changed his life.
Been very hard finding a job, coming back to the States because I don't have a very specific set of skills, and this is going to help me keep my job 100%, and I love it.
Thank you, Paul, and thank you, Newman's Own Foundation, for helping us help veterans get to work.
Next up, the 2020 grant recipient is the Military Spouse Advocacy Network's new Military Spouse Program. It's a support program based in San Antonio, Texas.
Hi, this is Berenice Castillo, and I'm the founder and CEO of Military Spouse Advocacy Network. Our mission is to create stronger military spouses through education, empowerment, and support. The key to developing strong military spouses depends on peer-to-peer mentorship and the ability to link spouses to the information and support they need from day one in order to adjust to their new military journey. Our program is open to all of the roughly 297,000 new military spouses, including National Guard and Reserves, and we are proud that thousands of them have received support and have built relationships with their MSA and mentor. This program is utilized as an official resource inside the Air Force's basic military training, where new military spouses have the opportunity to be assigned to an MSA and mentor and receive peer-to-peer mentorship and support. Our impact is felt around the globe, so thank you for your support and for giving MSAN this wonderful opportunity to continue to change the lives of new military spouses.
The next 2020 grant recipient is Invictus Games Foundation's We Are Invictus ambassador program based in London, United Kingdom.
We're delighted to be the recipient of a Newman Zone Award, and I'd particularly like to thank the Military Times and the Fisher House Foundation for their support. We Are Invictus is a platform that we've built to extend our work beyond the Games. It provides peer support along with other opportunities for recovery. It's open to all international, wounded, injured and sick, service personnel and veterans. To increase the impact and the effectiveness of We Are Invictus, we're recruiting people internationally as moderators in their own country to build that community. This Newman Zone Award will help us build this ambassador program and extend the Invictus family around the world.
Support of your family, your mates, and everybody here. We can do it!
Thank you.
All right, now for our top 2020 winner receiving an award of $50,000 is the Veterans Center for Job Training and Entrepreneurship, a program of GIGO Fund. Live from Newark, New Jersey, we want to welcome Jack Fanous, CEO of GIGO Fund.
On behalf of GIGO Fund and all 2020 winners, I want to thank the sponsors, Fisher House Foundation, Military Times, and Newman's Own, as well as the panel of judges for this prestigious award. Our organization has been working for decades to provide veterans and their loved ones with innovative services to help them with employment, housing, and benefits. And we are thrilled to have our efforts recognized by one of the highest honors in the nonprofit world. These efforts are thanks in large part to the Fisher House and the Fisher family. Our organization was founded in honor of one of our childhood friends, Lieutenant Seth DeVorn, who was killed in action in 2004. We were stunned, obviously, by his death, and we wanted to honor his legacy, but we were unsure on how to do that. But in 2006, we saw a fundraiser for the Fisher House on MSNBC, and it sparked an idea. It was there that we saw the needs of veterans and the impact a group founded by civilians can have on the lives of our brave men and women in uniform. Since our founding, we have worked to build on that example set by Fisher House. These events culminated in the launch of our Veterans Job Training and Incubator Center in Newark, New Jersey, December 2018. The space provides veterans in the New York and New Jersey area with both live and online course material specifically designed to build their skills, as well as provide them with resume building and job matching. The center also features the first veteran incubator space in New Jersey. This center provides entrepreneurs with a professional work setting and a multitude of services such as legal support, website development, and marketing materials to help grow their businesses. In the first year, our center was enjoying terrific success, supporting hundreds of veterans with job training and entrepreneurship support. But as the pandemic hit, as you can imagine, our organization saw an alarming increase in the number of veterans in need, with our staff fielding over 500% increase in the service requests for our services at GIGO Fund. However, we stood firm in our commitment to help veterans in the most desperate time. We expanded our services to provide more veterans with support virtually, as well as expanding our incubator to provide more veterans with resources outside of physical office space, such as accounting services, free marketing videos for their businesses, and microgrants to keep their businesses growing. Things we know could critically keep your business from growing, as we were growing GIGO Fund over the years. Our center's employment efforts are bolstered by our national online platform, which we developed called JobPath. This Job Path platform provides 200,000 transitioning service members, veterans, and their spouses across the country with online virtual resume building, job training, skills assessments, mentorship, and matching to over 1 million job postings. This service has proven to be a critical resource for transitioning service members and was even included as a pilot program in the National Defense Authorization Act last year, something we're very proud of. In addition, we expanded our online tool to develop Empire Vets and Garden State Vets, two platforms specifically dedicated to helping employers in New York City and New Jersey who have job opportunities for COVID response to connect them to one of the groups of individuals that has the best experience in helping communities rebuild, our veterans. Moving forward, we'll use the proceeds from the Newman Zone Award along with the generous funding of our other sponsors and donors across the country to expand our center's reach, even more by developing new training materials and welcoming new businesses into our incubator space. For more information, please visit our website, gigo.org. I also want to once again thank Newman Zone, Fisher House, and Military Times for this incredibly high honor, and we look forward to helping more veterans in our center moving forward, thanks to your generous grant.
For all the recipient winners tonight, a big congratulations. Thank you so much for all you do to make the lives of our veterans that much better. It's hard work, and it's great work that you're doing. And so many volunteers that are attached to the programs as well. To them, we thank their families as well. And most importantly, we thank all of those who have given our country in the form of service. Not those directly responsible, but also the family members as well. Everybody serves. So thank you for that. Ladies and gentlemen, on behalf of the Fisher House Foundation, the Military Times, and Newman Zone, thank you for attending today's virtual ceremony. Hopefully in the years to come, we'll be face-to-face once again. And thank you again to General Milley and Mrs. Schwartz, and to all of our awardees for your participation today. And for those who tuned in, thanks very much. We'll see you again next year.